Hi, my name is Jacob, and this is Real Talk. So, I recently watched the Netflix movie Lou, and I couldn't help but notice some similarities to Taken. However, while Taken is a film that I enjoy very much, Lou is a movie that just left me frustrated and, to its credit, spawned this video. Now, you've probably heard the phrase, the film knows what it is, and Taken is a film that knows what it is. By that I mean that it is clear and concise in its theme, idea, plot, and overall execution. The film is focused. Lou is the complete opposite of that, a very unfocused movie. And today, I want to compare these two in some key areas to show where one succeeded and the other failed. Taken is a film with a very clear theme, a father's love. This is the core philosophy from which all the ideas that created the plot and characters sprouted. We see this personified in our protagonist, Bryan Mills. Every action and decision that he makes is because he loves his daughter. We also see this love reciprocated from his daughter Kim, who has a genuine fondness and love for her father. You can see the excitement every time that they see each other. It is made clear to us that Bryan would do anything to spend more time with his daughter and establish a better relationship. Contrast this with Lou, where the theme is unclear. There's no central idea or philosophy from which the plot can play out. All of the motivations for the characters seem to be just because that's what was written. They just carry out the actions of what we think people would do were they in the same situation as these characters. We're watching what is happening like a news report rather than experiencing it like a film. Whereas in Taken, literally everything that motivates our protagonist is because of the theme, a father's love for his daughter. This includes where he chooses to live, the birthday gift he buys her, the job he takes at the concert, getting her the phone for when she goes to Paris, going and saving her after she is taken. Everything he does is centralized around the theme of the film. With a clear theme, you can focus your film and have characters that feel real and authentic in their actions. Taken has a very simple plot. Daughter is taken, father saves daughter. In 6 words, you can describe the entire runtime of Taken. You don't even need to see the movie now, though I recommend that you do, and if you haven't by this point, that's just kind of weird. With the plot being simple and clear, it makes it easy for the audience to follow along with what is happening, and it limits the need for the suspension of disbelief to be very high, but more importantly, it ties back into the theme of the film. The actions taken by Bryan to save his daughter show how he loves his daughter, and how much he loves his daughter ties into his actions, which drives the story forward. From the moment she is taken until she is saved, we are focused 100% on Bryan finding his daughter. We understand everything that is going on. Our only question is, will he be victorious? The director, editor, and writer also created a very tense and frenetic energy in the film by using time. We're told that there is 96 hours to find her before she is gone forever. We also get these updates throughout the film when there's 80 hours remaining and then 52 hours remaining. This means we are moving ever closer to that deadline and reality of him never finding his daughter. This is made even more tense by not knowing how close he is to saving Kim, because we don't see her again until he sees her again. In Lou, we don't really even know what the plot is. I mean, we understand what happens. It's just such a nonsensical, overcomplicated mess for no real reason. There's no clear motivations for the characters' decisions that they make. Yes, Lou does decide to help save V because the father kidnapped her, and while this is the morally right thing to do as a person, we're not sure why Lou as a character chooses to do it. This is due in a large part because it's not revealed until the end of the movie that Lou is her grandmother. Is that why Lou chose to help her? That's not made clear either, because Lou is not shown to be a person who is driven by emotions. She's very closed off. Unlike with Bryan, who's very open about the love he has for his daughter. You could fix the plot of Lou just by making it simple. Lou's granddaughter's kidnapped, and she goes to save her. Cut out all the extra stuff and just focus on that simple fact. The simpler the plot, the clearer the message, and generally, the better the film. Take a look at a big film like Dune. There's space travel, different houses ruling over areas of the galaxy, and all these different planets and species, along with several moving political parts. But the plot is quite simple. Paul Atreides must learn what it means to be a leader. That's it. It's clear and focused. That's part of the reason why the film is so good. The people making the film know what it is about. Therefore, they can clearly share the message and the story that they are trying to tell. If the people who made Lou had no idea what it was about, how are we supposed to? Taken spends very little time talking about how Brian loves his daughter and a whole lot of time showing us. After the famous monologue on the phone where he's telling us what he's capable of, the rest of the film is Brian showing us the skills that he has. He even fulfills his own prophecy of finding the man he spoke to on the phone and killing him. You talk about a badass. We are shown that when Brian says he will do something, he does it. Brian is an active protagonist whose actions push the story forward and create the momentum of the film. That is plot. That's how you write a character. Taken walks the walk in every single way possible. Lou is a movie that does a lot of talking, a lot of reacting to what happens. Instead of Lou being the driving force behind what happens in the movie, she's just a reactionary protagonist. Things happen, she reacts. Motivations, unknown. Things are done to her, whereas in Taken, Brian is the one doing. Lastly, Taken is a film that is charged with emotions. That scene where Brian is listening to his daughter being taken on the phone and she's screaming out in terror, you can see the performance in Liam Neeson's face. You can also see the distraught fear and feel the sadness in Lenore's reaction and the anger in all of Brian's actions when he's trying to find her. This is a man who is determined to save his child at any cost. Since we know that Kim is the daughter of a loving family, we care about what happens to these characters and we want to see her saved. By being shown the love that Brian has for his daughter, we also become emotionally involved in his journey of saving Kim. So when she finally is saved, it's a very emotional moment. It's triumphant, sad, and it's relieving. In Lou, our protagonist is an emotionally void person, so there's nothing for us to tie into there. When it is revealed that Philip is Lou's son, we have no real reaction because it's unclear what kind of relationship they have. Is it loving? Hateful? We don't really know. There are also these constant check-ins to see that V is safe, which removes any sense of tension in the movie. This makes it so we're just waiting for her to be saved and reunited with her mother instead of dreading the idea of them not finding her. Unlike in Taken, because that film is so visceral and unforgiving in its premise, the possibility of him failing was real. Without emotional weight, there's no reason for your audience to be invested in your movie or in your characters. And if we're not invested, why do we care what happens? Why do we care who wins or loses? Taken is a great example of how to get a big investment from your audience and see the payoff, while Lou is emotionally bankrupt. Sadly, Lou is just another movie without an identity. This is something that has become far too common lately, and you shouldn't waste your time watching it. Watch a movie that knows what it is, like Taken. As always, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, take care.